Hello everyone, it's Lashette from Scarlet Creations again, and I'm back with a new video. This one is a surprise. It's different from my usual videos. So far I've only posted planning videos, but like I've been hinting at, this year, 2018, things will be a little bit different. And that starts now. I'm going to be participating in Ethony 31 Days of Tarot, which basically will be meaning you'll get 31 videos from me this month. I'm starting a little late just because I was enjoying my New Year's Day a little too well. So you get 2 videos from me tonight, and then the rest of the videos will come as the month goes on. Each of these videos will be related to the prompts that Ethony has pulled out. I'll link them in the description down below so you can check them out easily and quickly. And just a little background, this channel is connected to my Etsy shop, Scarlet Moon Creations, and I've just started to do email readings via my Etsy shop, even though I've been doing them for about 10 years now, 2 years professionally. And I thought this would be a good way to not only promote them, but also to give potential customers some background on what they might be getting from me. So even if you're not a customer, I hope you enjoy these videos, and let's get started. So the prompt for day 1 of Ethony's challenge is a 2018 reading. Just do a reading for yourself to get a idea of what energy you'll be dealing with personally in this new year. So I thought it would be a good idea to show you how I start off my elemental new year reading. So a year ahead reading is basically a reading. Usually it's 12 cards, a month for each card. A card for each month, excuse me. A card for each month of the year. So I would pull a bunch of cards and lay them out. And let's say this is January, February, and March. And then continue until December of 2018 or whatever year I do it in. And I do that, but for my elemental year ahead, I like to pull 4 cards for each month, 1 for each element. So earth, air, fire, and water. And I also do that for every month of the year. So that's already 48 cards. But before I do that, I do 4 cards, 1 for each element, to do an overall energy reading of the year. So that's what I'll start off with. 4 cards, 1 for each element. I'll show you the decks I use. Here is, the Thoth Tarot deck. And this card deck I use for the element of air. This is what the back of the card looks like. This is a pretty well-known deck, so nothing new if you're into tarot. The next deck is the Deviant Moon Tarot, which I love. This is actually my favorite deck of all time, period, blank period, the end. And I use that for fire. This is what the back of the deck of the card looks like. Here's a card example. Then I use the Llewellyn Tarot deck. If I can get that in the frame there. I have the book here because this comes in a whole box and set up. There's no just cover card. And this is what the back of that deck looks like. And this is an example, the 5 of Cups. Lastly, I use the, if I can get this book over here. Here we go. The Fairies Oracle deck by Brian Froud. And, my light. Excuse me. I have a pressure sensitive light here. That's what the back of this card looks like. This is a Fairies Oracle. And here's an example, Fairies of the Future. So without further ado, I'm going to shuffle my decks and get started. Okay. Got the Tower. So, the energy I'll be working with, or the air energy, that I'll be working with in 2018 will be the Tower. This is not too much of a surprise for me. But big changes, like huge changes, and wow. I'm ready, but it's scary. There's been a lot leading up to this, and if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this card from other decks recently. So it's not a surprise, but yeah, big changes to come. And since this is my air card, it will mostly be in communication and intellectually, my thought process, and I'm ready. I've been, working towards that, so this is kind of a good thing. So that's air. Now we move on to fire. The World. Let me see that properly. The World card. I've got the World card. In case you didn't hear me there, sorry. I sometimes talk too low. And again, this is from the Deviant Moon Tarot deck, which I use for figuring out what fire energy I will be working with or dealing with in 2018. And I got the World card. I'm not exactly sure how I want to interpret that. It's again, life-changing. That's two major arcana cards so far. But I like to think that, it's a cycle of completion and a trip, a journey that is continuing on and maybe coming to an end, and a new one is beginning, and that ties in quite well with the Tower card. And as far as fire energy goes, I kind of think this has to do with spirituality and also creativity and vitality, in those areas. And I have, this business and one other, but, so I think it has to do with that and coming to terms with who I am as a priestess, as a witch, and as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as an artistic and creative person, and I'm ready. It's still scary, but I'm ready. Now on to my water energy. which, like I said before, oh yeah, this is our setup. And I'm using the Llewellyn Tarot deck. So let's get to shuffling. Wow, can't get more water than that. Well, maybe, who knows. The moon, if you can see that properly without the glare. There we go. I got the moon card. And with the Llewellyn Tarot, the majors correspond to Welsh, what's the word I'm looking for? They correspond to Welsh myths and legends and folk tales. And this particular one is as you can read it there, the Lake of Maidens. This is related to the story of Blodeuwedd in the Mabinogion. And she is the owl there skimming over the water, and her former handmaidens are the fish there. And they were sort of turned that way without their consent. They were basically cursed. But I don't really think of this as too bad of a card. The moon card, the moon rules the element of water. And the sign of Cancer. I'm going to put that down so I can talk better. It's weird because I talk with my hands, so bear with me here, guys. I also know that the element of water rules creativity as well, but more like your emotions, intuition, the kind of unknown, the unconscious thoughts and feelings that we have, our gut instincts also, what they like to call women's intuition. And I know, again, that, and why this card doesn't come as a surprise, that I plan on, and because I need to, it's been shown over and over, that I need to trust that more, trust my intuition, and my emotions more. And again, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen like this has been, pointed out to me very often in other decks that I've shared, other cards that I've drawn. And the moon here is empowering the owl, which owls are known for their wisdom. It's the full moon, and I'm actually filming this video during the super moon in Cancer. So this is like all about that energy. And again, I'm not surprised. I'm ready, but it's scary. So we have one more deck to do. For the element of Earth, the Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud. So let me get to shuffling. Okay, let's see. What Earth elemental energy will I be dealing with or encountering in 2018? I think himself. Okay, so yeah, I got himself. And again, excuse me, I'm trying to avoid the glare from the overhead light and the shadow from the camera. I got 17 himself. So this deck is the only deck that's not a tarot deck. It's an oracle deck, and I love this deck. And himself is actually a card I've gotten before. It's actually, I think, one of the first cards I pulled when I bought this deck several years ago. And he is staring deep into my eyes and telling me, you know what you have to do. You need to do what you need to do, and you need to own it and to be yourself about it. And to give you guys some understanding, since this is not a tarot deck, himself is all about natural law, life force, magic, and shamanic powers. I'm pulling up the book here. He holds a lot of energy, as shown by the kind of starlight in his hair and in the center of his chest and forehead. And those are actually 3 chakra points, if we look at it that way. And he's got his horns. It's very much natural, raw, natural energy. If there's a good card to get for Earth element, it's this one. It's like confidence, power, knowledge, and just deep earthly energy, kind of like this wild naturalness. And again, not surprised. He's healthy. It's all about health and vitality and strength. And like I said, kind of this deep knowing, feeling, connection. And I'm ready, even though it's scary. So this is my 2018 reading. For the element of air, I have the Tower from the Thoth Tarot. For the element of fire, I have the World from the Deviant Moon Tarot, For the element of water, I have the Moon from the Llewellyn Tarot deck. And lastly, for earth, I have himself from the Fairies Oracle deck. And himself is kind of an equivalent of a major arcana card. So this is a major energy I will be working and dealing with. Thank you very much for watching. I deeply appreciate it. If you would like an elemental year ahead reading, you can go and check in my Etsy shop link in the description below. You can get a simple 4-card reading, or you can get the full 52-card reading, either or. I hope you guys have a blessed new year and wonderful 2008. I hope you learn lots and have lots of energy. I'll see you in the video for day 2 of 31 Days of Tarot. Bye.